guys, Dr. Andy here. Today I want to go over shoulder rehab 101. This is really the shoulder exercises that I give my patients on day one, typically in our office, as long as it's appropriate. We do see a ton of shoulder injuries, right? Whether it's from sports or something you've done in the past, a lot of rotator cuff stuff, right? So we need to make sure that during the pathway, while we're adjusting, while we're doing shockwave or dry needle or anything like that, we are also stabilizing and strengthening that shoulder, okay? So the sooner you can kind of get some exercise into the shoulder and build some of that up, the better. So that is why we start teaching this stuff on day one, okay? So when I send you home with a band, unless you've got some at home. And obviously, if you've got some shoulder issues at home yourself, try some of these. And always remember that if you need, ask a professional or something like that at home. So don't take all of this as, as God spoke it, right? So number one, what I do with my patients are banded pull-aparts. Okay, I teach these a couple of different ways. On day one, there's a couple of different ones, and then we introduce a row as well, okay? When you do these exercises, okay, a red band is good, meaning, especially if it's early on in care and you have a lot of weakness in your shoulder, maybe we got bursitis and rotator cuff, tear or strain. You don't want something too heavy, too much resistance, okay? You want to make sure that you can do this movement without pain, all right? So when you do this movement, all right, make sure your shoulders are relaxed for the banded pull-aparts. We tend to see a lot of people, you're straining so your shoulders start to come up. We don't want to see any of that, so make sure shoulders are relaxed. Your elbows are at 90 degrees and they are tucked into your sides. So we don't want to kind of see any winging elbows coming up, or we don't want to see anything other than 90 degrees. We want 90-degree angle. Your palms are facing up, right? So red band in your hands. Grab that red band and then banded, oopsies, already moved. So banded pull-aparts. So straight out to the sides as far as you can go, all right? Meanwhile, keeping that elbow at 90 degrees and tucked into your sides, okay? So 2 sets of 10 of those. All of these are really 2 to 3 sets of 10. So 10 of those suckers. After that, you're gonna keep about the same amount of tension, all right? But you're gonna come straight up in front of you, palms facing up again. Now, we're doing T's. This is another kind of banded pull apart. 2 sets of 10 like that. Look how, if we're standing straight upwards, we're making like a T. All right, so 10 of those. And then I like to start doing them on an angle. So I'm gonna go 45 degrees this way, 45 degrees that way. So starting off, we just did 10 of those. We're gonna go 45 degrees, 2 sets of 10 here, all right? And then 2 sets of 10 here. So already, if we've done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you've done 8 sets of 10 of these. It might take you a couple of minutes. If you start to get super fatigued, you start getting a lot of burning in your shoulder, calm down. You don't have to go too hard, okay? The very last one is a row. Now I'm gonna show it to you on the wall here. It is a little too high for me. When you do this row, you do want it at shoulder height, okay? And it is kind of hard to find something right at home or something that's sturdy enough and at the right height at home. You have to tie it around like a doorknob, okay? If you kind of make a big knot on it and put it in your door and close the door, whatever is, safest and whatever is sturdiest. I mean, you don't tie it to a bookshelf and then you're doing your rows and your bookshelf come down, right? So remember how we started off with elbows at 90 and tucked into our shoulders? We want to do the same thing for these rows. We're going to put that, on something nice and sturdy at home, and then elbows in, right? So obviously too high for me. We want it really kind of at the level of between the shoulders, between the elbows, and you're just going straight backwards in a row like so. And each time that you do a rep, I want you to really focus on in your back, between your shoulder blades, you are really tucking that together and squeezing it nice and tight in the back, okay? This is called a rhomboid row or just a high row, okay? So those are our different kind of exercises that we teach on day one. Try those at home. Always remember to live with passion, not pain.